is a startup that aims to transform the way that money is moved on the blockchain. And with me is Simon Babakhain and also Sam Thapaliya, who are founders of Zebec. So congratulations. You had a token sale today, which is kind of like an IPO in the crypto world. So it's a big deal. You guys did very well. Coinbase was an investor, Solano. I mean, tell me about that whole process and how the token sale went. Do you want to start, Sam? Go for it.
So you know, we started Zebec like 6 months ago. We have a great set of investors. We did a couple of rounds of fundraising, and our whole idea for token sale was it's not a traditional form of liquidity event that people think of IPO. We think of this as a community generation event where we are able to empower our community, and the people who are using this platform or supporting this platform has some form of ownership in terms of the governance of the protocol, what happens to it, right? How the fees are structured. And that's, we did around $7 million in token sale and across various different platforms. And we're very fortunate to have quite a lot of enthusiastic people who are interested in being part of the future of Zebec.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What does Zebec do that would make all these big investors so interested in the company? You go, Simon.
So Zebec is a continuous streaming platform for payments. The problem that we're trying to solve is the bi-weekly, monthly payroll problem, where employers and payroll companies essentially take custody of workers' hard-earned wages for a period of weeks, and we're bringing that power back to the workers and letting them receive funds in real time for their work and reinvest and do whatever they want with the funds from their wallets.
Interesting. So, because I saw on your website you can get paid by the second, and I thought, and maybe I sound like an old fogey, why do I want to get paid by the second? Like, what is the advantage to that?
Yeah, I think the basic answer of that is time value of money, right? That's like the core thesis of the entire financial world. Someone who is getting paid in bi-weekly or monthly basis, and you compare that to someone who's getting paid in real time, imagine the yield that you are getting on this real-time basis compared to someone who's getting yield every 2 weeks or once a month, right? If you look over 1 year, 2 year, or if you start looking over the 40-year career of any average working person, the value will be huge difference. And so that's basically what we're doing. And this is going to be really powerful because now once things start to move seamlessly over chains and over wallets, you can start to create very, very complicated, but in the same time very exotic products. Things like yield by second, credit by seconds. Let's say you work here and they pay you $1 million a month, and instead of receiving $500,000 every 2 weeks, you're getting paid in real time. And once we know that you're getting paid every single second and you're getting paid $1 million a month, we can somehow be able to, at some point, be able to give you uncollateralized loans for up to millions of dollars.
I see.
And these are like very interesting product. Which is the basis of our product. Right.
So, but then an employer likes to hold on to that money because they probably get a little extra interest on it before they pay you. What would be their incentive to transfer?
I say think about the job market right now. How hard is it to retain employees, to attract employees? Now imagine if you're a traditional employer and you're paying someone every month for their work, and a competitor of yours now says that they're going to pay everyone by the second in real time. Where do you think talent is going to flow?
Well, and the employees will be the one that will put the pressure on that we want to get paid this way. So you think that's where it's going to come? Companies are going to have to transfer.
They'll have to listen to the demands of the workers.
Okay, interesting. So now what? What's next for Zebec? Now that you've had this successful token raise, what do you do?
Yeah, I think the next 6 months is going to be for us to heads down, build the product and build the community. Right? There are a few interesting products that we have lined up that we're going to be releasing in the next 3 to 6 months time period. Right? And in the same time, we will be focusing really hard on getting our community excited. Either that is for developers to build interesting apps on top of it, or for businesses to implement our product, right? Either that is on an enterprise level or on a much more smaller level as well. And those two are going to be our core tenant.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the idea for this?
Yeah, so I think the interesting thing is I'm from Nepal, right? And in Nepal, you're not paid once every week or once every 2 weeks. You're actually paid once a month, right? And I've always thought about that when I was young. Is why, why you work for 30 days and someone pays you day 31 and no one can really explain you why. wouldn't be great to be paid in real time?
Yeah.
And that problem, you know, like once I came to the States, and this problem started going everywhere, because here the payday lending and all this predatory lending practices are much more complicated than in Nepal. And I started to look into deeper and realized it's impossible to do this in traditional rails, because you cannot be ACHing someone by second, you cannot be doing credit card swipes by second, right? The 2.9% plus 30 cents fees are expensive.
Yeah.
So you realize that we can only do this on top of blockchain. And so that's what we are doing, right? We realize that to be able to transfer the values over blockchain in a continuous manner, that will open the various different aspects of financial freedom and various different aspects of economy, right? So that's why we ended up to develop Zebec, the continuous settlement protocol.
It's very interesting. I worked for a company once where I was paid once a month, and I was always like balancing out, make sure I didn't run out of money, because it's kind of a long time between paychecks. So, in a bigger picture, I mean, you're really kind of giving power to the people and the worker, you know, to be able to maximize their work efforts.
Absolutely, and that's really the entire kind of point behind this Web3 revolution we're going under right now. And I say it's very much akin to how the internet changed the world in the 1990s, right? The technology wasn't there to pay people by the second, really not until the last decade, when the advent of blockchain technology came into the forefront. And particularly in the past years, certain blockchains have made a lot more sense for high-speed, low transaction cost payments. That's exactly what Zebec's built on. So we see the transformation we're going through right now very similar to kind of what the world experienced with the internet in the 90s.
Yeah, okay. It's very exciting to kind of watch this and see, and congratulations on your really great token sale. It's pretty amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.